a classic treat with a fresh crunch. 'Tis the season for mince pies in the UK, a festive snack with centuries of history. But all across the wintry streets of London, bakers are putting their own spin on this Christmas classic.
I would describe this as a fun pastry version of a mince pie.
Usually cooked in a short crust pastry, this bakery uses croissants to house the traditional spiced fruit filling.
I do think it's key to respect the original product, which is why I think this one is so popular, because you still get that classic mince pie element. Yeah.
And some customers are embracing the change.
A little bit more buttery, less traditional, but it's quite unique.
From Islington to Notting Hill, bakeries across London are experimenting with ways to modernise the good old mince pie. But others prefer to keep things traditional.
If you're going to do some sort of English traditional things like, a hot cross bun or a mince pie, you should keep it classic and just slightly vary it to make it how you would like to eat it.
And after over 200 years in the business, Dunn's Bakery has barely strayed from the original recipe.
I think if your mince pie is good enough, you don't need to come up with gimmicks to make people want to buy it.
But recipes have evolved over the years.
This is a 17th century mince pie recipe.
The word meat used to mean food in general, and mince pies used to contain minced veal. But over time, most recipes dropped the meat in favour of more fruit, though many modern-day recipes do still contain animal fat. Historians say it's natural for food culture to develop.
The veal in particular, and also the lamb, are quite shocking to a modern audience. And I think that perhaps in 400 years, the salted caramel will be just as shocking to an audience of the future. I think just food changes over time, right? And that's one of the things that's great about food culture, especially in a city like London.
For consumers, both old and new versions remain popular, with the mince pie still a staple in bakeries and homes throughout the British Christmas season, whatever form it takes. Klein, Wang and Reece Ayers for TaiwanPlus.